Have you spotted any shell fragments in the nest, or heard that faint, almost imperceptible sound like a very quiet tick? If so, leave a comment now. What day do you think you're on, and how many eggs were there before hatching began? This helps me guide you and assists other owners going through this exact same nerve-wracking experience. Because when the first chick starts to hatch, your household enters a new phase. And I know the urge that hits you, the desire to open the nest, shine a light, check, and help. But here is the golden rule. During hatching, your role isn't to do more, it's to interfere less. Hatching isn't a quick event. It's a process. The chick doesn't just pop out of the egg all at once. It makes a tiny hole, rests, makes another, rests again. And this can take many hours, sometimes a whole day. This slow pace is normal. It's the chick's body conserving energy, exchanging air for the first time, and shifting into position inside the shell. That's why messing with the egg is dangerous, even when you think you're helping. The chick's position, the nest's humidity, the rest intervals, it all matters. So, no peeling off the shell, no opening it up for a better look, and no touching the egg to see if it moves. Good intentions can cause more harm than carelessness in this situation. Now, what will you notice about the mother? She changes. She stays closer to the nest than ever. She becomes quieter, sometimes more defensive. She might stand at the nest entrance like a guard, eyes fixed on you, crest slightly raised, body tense. She isn't angry. She is protecting the most vulnerable moment of her life. And here is the first piece of practical advice. On this day, the outside world needs to remain predictable. Silence, soft light, no visitors leaning against the cage, no dogs or cats prowling around, no children wanting a close-up look, no opening and closing the box every half hour. These are the kinds of things that make the mother freeze up. When she freezes, she spends less time eating and drinking, and that takes a toll on her body right when she needs energy the most. So, let's get to the what to do now, the real steps in order of priority. First, easy access to food and water. You don't put anything inside the nest itself, but you do move the food and water dishes closer. That's because, as soon as the first chick hatches, she tries to do two things at once. Keep the newborn warm and continue incubating the unhatched eggs. It's a marathon. She pops out, eats quickly, and rushes back. If the food is far away, she'll put it off. If she puts it off, she loses weight and strength. Second, more nutritious food without messing up the environment. Offer high-quality food that is easy to eat. Keep calcium available. Her body has already used up a lot of resources to form the eggs and is now using even more to maintain body heat. This isn't the time to test out new things that might scare her. It's the time to stick with what she already accepts, just make it better. Third, observation from a distance. You want to observe without intruding. What should you look for? You look for signs of a normal routine. She takes short breaks away from the nest, drinks, eats, and returns. She isn't disoriented. She doesn't look like she's panting. She isn't lying collapsed at the bottom of the cage. She isn't trembling. You want to see that she is present and functioning normally. And if there is a male present, you observe an important dynamic. Many males feed the female during this phase. This helps a lot. But some males get in the way, fight, or cause stress. If there is fighting, chasing, or constant agitation at the nest entrance, that isn't a happy family scenario. It poses a risk to the chick and the remaining eggs. Now, let's talk about what is normal, because that puts the owner at ease. It is normal for hatching to take hours, eggshells to be left in the nest, the mother to become quieter and stay closer to the nest, chicks to hatch on different days. And that last part is the most confusing, because you count from the first egg and think they should all have hatched by now. But often, serious incubation didn't start until the second or third egg. So, the real clock doesn't start on the day of the first egg. It starts on the day she actually began sitting on them full time. Now, what raises a red flag? If the female is very weak, struggling to breathe, her tail bobbing heavily, collapsed at the bottom of the cage, unresponsive, that isn't dedication. That could be an emergency. You need an avian vet. If you are certain a chick has hatched, but the mother isn't covering, warming, or adjusting it for many hours, that is also a warning sign. But be careful, often she is right over it, and you think she ignored it simply because you can't see anything. That's why I repeat, observe discreetly, don't be invasively curious. And here comes the emotional turning point, the moment that changes how you view your role in this story. When the first chick hatches, your cockatiel isn't just caring for a baby, she is reading you. She is sensing the world outside the nest. If you become a calm presence, she relaxes. If you become a source of anxiety pacing the room, she tenses up. She has no words, but she has a body, and her body responds to your behavior. So, if you want to be helpful right now, keep it simple and do it right. A quick, quiet routine for food and water. Controlled light and noise levels. No messing with the nest box. No cleaning with harsh products nearby. No moving the cage. No repeated just taking a peek. You get everything ready, and then you disappear. Now, I want you to come back to the comments and tell me two very specific things. Is there a male with her, or is she alone? Did you see a shell? And when did the first bit of shell appear? Because with that information, I can tell you what usually happens over the next 24 to 72 hours and what to look for without touching anything. In the next video, I'll show you the subtle signs that she started feeding the chick and how to spot them without opening the nest. And tell me, what made you the most nervous when you realized the hatching had started?